Great. So on Freeports, in terms of a brief history of the subject, it's a UK government initiative, so it wasn't a Scottish government initiative, and we faced the choice a couple of years ago as to whether it would be done to us or we would help shape it. There are fundamental differences between the Freeports in south of the border and the green Freeports that operate in Scotland. There are the two fundamental differences is that anybody operating within a Freeport area in Scotland has to first of all demonstrate their commitment to fair work terms and conditions, and secondly has got to have a commitment to net zero with a fully fleshed out plan around decarbonisation. Now, the level of misinformation that I read about Freeports on social media, about the ones that operate in Scotland, are astonishing. And I think that level of misleading information is based either on what's happening south of the border or just in a sort of basic misunderstanding of what happens here. So some of that misinformation is around what the tax breaks mean, about the powers for businesses that operate in that area, or the amount of public funding that is spent. So I think the facts really matter. And what we're seeing in the Highlands, so I live on the fringes of a green Freeport area, and often say to people, if half the things you claim about Freeports were true, then I don't know what would happen to me in terms of where I live. So in terms of what we're seeing, it's concentrating activity. So if you've got a Japanese cable manufacturing company that could go anywhere in the world, they just chose to go to Cromarty. And they went to Cromarty because they see that build-up of economic activity. And what does that mean for people in the Highlands? It means better funding for infrastructure. It means more housing. It means more jobs in an area that's always struggled in that regard. And generally, in and around that, obviously, the community have to be part of the whole discussions, and they very much are. So we'll continue to work with those organisations.
There are no interruptions from the floor, okay?
And I'm sure that any of the chief executives of the respective Freeports would be happy to engage. I know the one, Callum McPherson in the Highlands, is very much willing to engage on the basis of fact.